we have here is a ChatGPT generated summary of product reviews. On this site, they're using Okendo as the reviews app. And let me walk you through the workflow. Here's what it looked like before. So it's just a basic, see what our customers are saying. And then the cool thing here is you can enrich that with a little summary that's actually describing all of the specifics that the customers liked, right? And you can find all these demos on the blog, getmesa.com/blog. Automation demos is where I stay, is where I be, I'm saying. So anyways, jumping into it, it's a two-parter. Okay, so the first one, let's say we're maybe running this on a weekly schedule. One of the limitations of the Okendo API is you can't query reviews for a specific product. If you could do that, I would have orchestrated this a little differently. See, for example, the Farah demo, you can see when you can query reviews on a specific product. I'll set up the trigger a little differently. But anywho, the way that this is doing this is that there's a store ID. If you sniff around a little bit on the site, you can find that store ID and also obviously log into your dashboard and your Okendo dashboard and grab your store ID. And we're going to make our API call here. And the limit is just the number of reviews you want to pull at one time. So hundreds at the max. If you're testing, you might want to lower that down to a lower number. All right. And then we're just going to loop over the reviews and save them into the database. All right. So then the next workflow is where the magic starts to happen. Okay. So we're running this, let's say on another weekly schedule. You want to run that probably 30 minutes later or so that this first workflow saves the reviews to the database, and then we can pull them in order to summarize them. We're querying these reviews, and this query, you don't have to worry about it too much. It'll be in that template if you use it, is just summing up the number of reviews for each product. All right. Then what I have in here, just going to loop over those. And in this case, I'm saying, hey, let's filter and make sure that we've got more than some minimum number of reviews. Like if you only had 2 reviews for a particular product, the summary probably might not be very good. So in this case, also this is helpful for testing because this can allow me to just test on one single product, which I wanted to do for testing purposes. So you can say, hey, let's make sure we have at least X number of reviews before we go through the trouble. We're querying the reviews. We're breaking them into chunks. This is a custom code step. Just breaking them into chunks of 2,000 characters. This makes it easier to drop them into the GPT API call. Here's the prompt. Here's the real magic of this whole scenario. You're going to receive a set of prompts with each prompt having a numbered list of product reviews. You're going to summarize the review in a paragraph under 80 words with an emphasis on the positive reviews. We don't want to talk too much about the negatives. We're trying to push product over here. We're trying to sell. So then this is that's a system message. And then we're going to drop in each of the individual user messages from these chunks. Okay. And now it's a good idea to pass this into an approval step because you want to eyeball it before you drop it into the actual site. And then those approval steps are going to show up here. So here's, for example, where this showed up. So you can reject or accept. And then once you do that, it'll proceed to the next step in the process, which in this case, we're setting a product meta field with the review summary. And then you need to drop into your theme and go into, this is an example on my personal site here, personal test site here. You would want to jump into the theme and you'd want to add it in here. For example, you go in and you edit this little snippet of text, and then you go, I want to grab a, okay, I want to grab a meta field, and then review summary. You would just drop it in there. So that's how you'd get that into your actual theme. That's how she works. Hope that's helpful. Feel free to check it out. Feel free to download again on the automation demos section of the site. You can check that out, download the template, try it for yourself, reach out to support if you need any help. Thank you very much.